I see a bad moon rising. I see trouble on the way.
Hey, my babes.
Hi, you guys.
I'm Bree.
I'm Jackie.
And we are here today doing a super short video. And we just wanted to talk about living in the now, living in the present.
We're here right now to talk about living in the now.
Now, like right now. What are you doing watching this video right now? Like, you should be living life right now.
Or at least be enjoying it. Like,
I hope you're enjoying
right now.
Spending your time with us. You're now with us.
But like, it came up because we were thinking, sometimes you take so much time thinking about, like planning ahead. Planning ahead.
Yep. Too much.
Not that, that's the thing. So it's not that planning ahead for your future isn't good, because you have to do that, and making plans is great. Mm-hmm. But if you're missing out on the things that you should be able to take part in and enjoy now, then
people overlook the now. So then how are they living? Like, they keep living.
You can't live in the future,
right? Exactly. I know, but is it real if you're living for the future?
Or if you're constantly caught up in, like, I have to be here because I have to be there because I'm not happy here.
Ooh, yeah, that's true. But you're not going to find true happiness that way, because you're imagining a future, but that's not necessarily what that future holds. Like, we all know that you can plan and plan and plan, and then you just get, like, hit by a Mack truck into a completely different lane, like maybe fly off the bridge.
In that instant in time, in that now moment is when those things happen.
Yes. So it's so hard to plan. I think people should look toward the future and plan a basis around the future. Like, it's important to have goals and drive.
Of course.
You know, things like that. But I do think so many people are so focused on that they forget to live in the now.
I saw a quote just recently, and it was by, I don't know, it was like by a Zen Buddhist master, and I didn't note the name, but he was saying his secret, like, he was trying to guide people to, like, a peaceful existence and a higher, like, awakened purpose. Mm-hmm. And he said, you know what the secret is that I don't mind what happens. I don't mind what happens.
Because he hasn't planned his future, like, set in stone. Every little detail has to be perfectionist this way.
Right.
He's just happy realizing that life is a journey and that things happen.
Right.
And it's not in your control, which we've talked about
before.
Like,
if you wake up and your car doesn't start, what he's saying basically is, like, I don't mind what happens. Like, if that happens, that was what that moment was supposed to hold.
Yeah.
I love that. That spoke to me so greatly, because it feels like so empowering to say, in this moment, in this, like, now moment, like, even if you're like, my car won't start, I'm gonna be late to work and all this stuff, is like, I don't mind what happens. Like, there's something,
that's just life.
Yeah,
that's just life. And if you lose your job because your car didn't start, you weren't meant to have that job, and then you move on to a different job, and sorry, your future wasn't with that job, but maybe it wasn't supposed to be with that job. Why did you plan to stay with that job your entire life when you can't plan the future? You can't see the future. You can't control the future. So just be flexible, maybe is the key to what we're saying here. Like, be flexible and appreciate what you have right now, because today will be gone, and it's gone. Like, you never get it again. You never get it again.
It's true. Also the future, but then also, do you live in the past? Do you find yourself living in the past? And I maybe even more.
I was going to say, I think the past actually heavily influences us way more than the future does.
We identify as our past experiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we learn and we grow, and it causes us to make different decisions now. Yes. But I think so there's no getting rid of the past. Like, you can't just say live in the moment. Like, even if you're just like, hey, live in the moment. Okay, you'd be living in the moment and not thinking about the future, but the past would still affect you.
Right.
So even living in the moment is the past and the present. Whoa! Right, no, I know. But I think the key is that you don't hyper focus on the past, and once again, forget to live in the now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you're always thinking about, well, this time I did that, and this, and this, and this, and
right.
I'm still so sad about that breakup from a year ago. Like, you're missing all those days that you could be embracing all the little things in life and all the joys of today.
Right. Rather than just getting inconvenienced or put out by all these little things that are happening, is just say, you know, like, I don't I don't mind what happens.
Yeah,
Like, I can be
today's
happy anyway.
today.
That felt so powerful to me, is to feel like I don't have to mind what happens. I can just be happy. You can just be happy.
Oh, you're allowed to just be happy. It's all okay. You don't have to plan for your future. You don't have to think about the class. You don't have to think about a new job. You don't have to think about what year you're going to have kids. You know, you can just enjoy the day. And when things happen, they're supposed to happen that way.
Yeah. Not to say, like, you don't get sad or whatever. You should, you know, obviously we always talk about addressing that and not being a faker, fake face, but if it's a tool that helps you to get through some of those like difficult times or difficult feelings, I think that's a really good thing to focus on.
Aww. I love it.
We got a cat friend.
I have a cat friend because I'm living in the now and I just want to play with the cat. Oh, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a really good this is a really good video. Do we have any tips, or do you guys have tips and tricks to remind yourself to live in the now? Like when you catch yourself hyper focusing on something that happened before, or if you're like, the future. Actually, I will say, I don't know that I've ever met anybody who's been like, you know what, I was so hyper focused on the future and I've decided to change that. Have you? There's a lot of people who are self-aware enough to be like, hey, I dwell on the past and it's time to put you gotta put your past behind you, right? If you've seen Lion King. But I don't know that I've ever met anybody who's like, look, I was just so focused on my future that I forgot to live in the now, unless it's midlife crisis type stuff. And that's what I was going to say.
That's true.
That's what causes midlife crisis.
Those are
not
those
living
like
when you're supposed to.
U-turns.
And jumping past.
Maybe it's people who they took a path that they thought, this is who I am and I'm going to commit to like this version of who I am. Mm-hmm. And then they get to that point like where you say people have a midlife crisis, and then they get there and they're like, this actually isn't who I am. And
because they were so focused on reaching that goal that they didn't live to the fullest during the past years.
Yeah.
They lived and they strived for that goal, and they probably maybe they had a lot of great experiences, but it wasn't full. It wasn't fully present and in the moment.
Aw, I think that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we all just do a little bit of self-reflecting and catch ourselves and think like, are we hyper focused on the future? I think I hyper focus on the future a lot.
I probably do the past a little more than the future.
Yeah, see? Okay, so I think the biggest thing is just being self-aware and understanding it, and
like you said,
reminding yourself
like,
you know what, today is a great freaking day. I'm just gonna live today. Yeah.
The more you're aware of it, the more you can maybe stop that from happening and just naturally live in the now.
Yeah, I love it. You guys, this is just a quick musings video. We're here hanging out. We decided to videotape it, and we just thought, you know, as we were talking about our own life with each other, we just thought we'd give you a quick reminder to make sure you're living in the now, make sure you're living for the day. I promise it will make you be just a little bit happier.
Yes, absolutely.
You guys like and subscribe. And if you want to talk more about stuff like this, we'd be happy to make a longer video.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we definitely could have gone deeper into that. So let us know if you liked it.
Yeah. And we will talk to you guys later. Bye, Moon Babes.
Guys. Bye, Moon Babes.
Yeah. Go on forward and carve that diem, guys.
Yes, that diem that is right now.
That diem. Today, diem is day. To diem.
To diem. This is the diem. Oh, God.
We gotta start this all over, Jackie. We're gonna start this all over.
Don't go around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise.